Hi and welcome to Belgian Diecast Restorations. I'm Johan and this week I have the Matchbox number 9C Merryweather fire engine on the turntable. The model was produced by Lesney from 1959 up to 1966, and in this 7-year span it went through 16 transformations, mostly concerning the wheel type, the leather and the chrome trim. This being a grey wheels model with the detailing only in the front makes this a 4th version. This version came with a 17-rung metal ladder which was painted a dark tan. This model is of course showing its age with flaking paint, very rusty axles and its ladder missing. So let's get out the tools and restore this fire engine back to its glory days. This is a fairly simple model with no windows or interior. It's held by one rivet in the back and a lip in the front which sits in a slit in the front bumper. I drill out the rivet and remove the bottom plate which also holds the wheels. The axles are very corroded and the wheels can barely turn. I grind away the axle ends with a grinding stone, but even then the wheels need some preservation to come off as they are lodged in rust. Finally, I managed to remove the wheels without breaking them. As the wheels part for the ultrasonic cleaner, the axles are left to soak in household vinegar for 24 hours. In the meanwhile, I remove the paint from the body and the bottom plate with caustic soda. Not 100% paint removal this time, as there are still some paint flecks left on the bottom plate and the body. These are removed as I pass over them with the wire brush. We are now the next day and the thick layer of rust is gone from the axles. They are still very dull and I go over them with the wire brush to give them back their shine. The rust has left some slight pitting on the axles, but nothing too bad. The axles are nice and straight and the wheels spin freely again. Before I can start painting the model, I drill a pilot hole in the rivet post with a 1.5mm drill. And that's when things go horribly wrong. I misjudge the depth of the rivet post and the drill comes out on top of the hose unit in the back, leaving a hole. At this point you have to keep your cool and continue with what you're doing. I tap a 2mm screw thread in the rivet post and fix a screw. Now I can repair the damage. I use some Italeri putty and a toothpick to fill the hole and smoothen it out. When the putty has dried, I can sand it until I get a smooth surface. The paint should conceal most of the imperfections. The body, the bottom plate and the ladder are all primed in grey with AK Interactive Fine Primer. Unfortunately, you have to take my word for it as I forgot to press record on the camera. Next, the bottom plate gets a coat of Motip High Gloss Black. For the body, I went for Vallejo Dark Vermilion Red. This didn't work out too well, so for the second coat I airbrushed a somewhat darker red, which turned out to have a pinkish shade. In the end, I took out the spray can with the same ruby red I used on the Corgi Rootmaster and finally got the dark fire engine red I was aiming for. I should do some more extensive color matching in the future. Finally, the new ladder is airbrushed with Vallejo 123 Dark Sand, the same color I used on my restoration of the Commer TV service van. When the paint has cured, I add the chrome detailing to the front grille, the headlights and the front bumper. I decided to use this model to try out airbrushing the clear coat instead of using spray cans. I use Vallejo polyurethane gloss varnish. The varnish is rather thick, and although the bottle mentions that you can use it without thinning, I only get a very fine mist out of it. This first coat is not bad, but I decide to wait 24 hours to apply a second coat with the varnish tint. This works a lot better and it sprays on very nice and evenly. I will get the hang of it as I do some more models, but I do like it as you get a lot more control over the thickness of the clear coat. When the clear coat has hardened, it's time to reassemble the model. First, I attach the wheels back to the base using my watchmaker's anvil and a small hammer to create a new mushroom head on the axle ends. The ladder just snaps into the slots on the roof. Then the bottom plate is attached and screwed in place, and we're done. Like I said, this is a fairly simple model, but nevertheless it provided a challenge for me with the drilling accident, the struggle to find the right color, and the first time using airbrush clear coat. Nevertheless, I think it turned out pretty well, considering what we started out with. This Merryweather fire engine was in a very sorry state. The paint was flaking, the leather was gone, and the axles were caked with rust. And this is the model after its makeover, with a new paint job, polished axles, cleaned wheels, and of course a brand new leather. In spite of the slight accident with the drill, I think I succeeded in giving this model back its early 60s shine. Thanks for watching! If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and tick that notification bell. More restorations are coming up. See you in the next video.